What's up, tubers? It's your boy Scotty Z. Figured I'd change it up a little bit. I finally got my Nismo Z. I think the first mod I'm going to do to it is put a new radio in it. This radio here, it's outdated. No Bluetooth. If you're familiar with the Z's, that's just a common thing. They never really updated the radio stereo system. So I did a little bit of research. Got this Atoto F7WE. We're gonna try to throw that in there. See how it goes. I wanted something that had wireless Apple Android Auto. It also does have Apple CarPlay. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alright, just figured I'd show you guys what I got. So I got the Atoto F7WE head unit. I've got the Metro dash kit. Not really sure if I'm going to need that because it's already a double-in system. This will probably make it look a lot more clean. I got this off of Amazon. It's a backup camera that is supposed to mount flush into the 370Z license plate light, and it's adjustable. My harnesses online, everybody was going with this one, the Metro 70-7553 for premium sound. But I also found this one for harness that fits Bose, which is what we have. We're doing the 370 with Bose, and an antenna adapter. So that was just off of Amazon. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. Alright, so this just pops out like this. Pull that up. Okay, so we got this centerpiece off. We're just gonna kind of try to fold it out of the way. There's a connector back here that right here. So unclip this, pull it off. I would like to ideally get this all the way out of the way. Okay, so what I ended up doing is I really don't want to remove my shift knob right now and mar it all up. I will eventually, but so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws that hold the skirt on the boot. So I just took those off. May regret that a little bit later on, but it would take some little TLC to get that boot back in the right position. But at least it's out of my way to do the install. So finish. Go ahead and that's out of the way. Finish pulling these screws out here. The joker is in there. Doesn't want to come out. It just pops off like that. And do the same for the other side. One and two. Okay, I think that's where it is. Alright, pull that off, get out of the way. And the side panels are off. There was a screw here that I already pulled off. Pull that screw out. Pull on the bottom here. Pull on top there. You're gonna have like the airbag and then the start switch connections. Pull those apart. Alright, we got all the faceplate off, got all the screws out. Pull this back. Show you what we're working with here. So we got an antenna, harness. I don't know why these are cut, what they were for. Alright, just kind of doing a mock fit here. Got my antenna harness connected, got my harness for the radio connected. Just doing a mock setup right now. I need to take this back off and solder in the wires, or actually just gonna end up connecting them, and I ended up using this harness. So we're just unboxing the Atoto harness here. Don't do this. Don't, Atoto. Look at this. What? You got the manual wrapped around the harness? I can't even pull this. Look. I can't even pull this thing off the. Don't do that. It's like taped on here, and then you have to like either peel it off like for 10 minutes or cut it off. All right, another mock fitting here. All right, it's coming on. Okay, so I got everything mocked up. Everything is ready to go, sounding good. One thing that I ran into, which is just should be common knowledge, is make sure and hook up this blue and white wire. It's the amplifier turn-on wire. At first I didn't do that, and I had everything plugged in, and I had no audio. So this system does have an amplifier, so I'm guessing that's why I wasn't getting audio. I just noticed in other people's videos that they really don't cover that. So obviously you're gonna have your yellow wire hooked up to yellow, black to black, red to red, and then your blue and white amplifier wire. Make sure that's hooked up for sure. I hooked up this orange wire, which on the radio it shows dimmer illumination. I'm not really sure if that's gonna work with this car or not. I don't really care about that, because on this particular unit, on this particular head unit, it has a dimming function on the screen, so not a big deal. But I just wanted to reiterate that. Make sure to hook up your blue and white amplifier wire. Okay, here we have our factory AC control unit, and then we have the Metro one. Now, this Atoto screen fits into the factory one pretty nicely. There's a bit of a gap on both sides, so maybe we will use the Metro one. But there was a clip ring for this. So it's just this little plastic piece here. Fits over the face of it. Then when you shove it back up in the factory one, it looks really clean like that. I would rather use the factory one, because if I can save some dollars on this, I'll do that. Plus, this looks more OE, and I prefer to stick with that look. So let's take the brackets off of the original radio, and then see if it'll mount up just like this. Alright, to get these factory brackets off of the radio, the OE, it is a T20, which I don't really have one for my screw gun, but anyways, got them off. And the Atoto comes with these brackets, comes in the package. So we're gonna figure out how to mount these on there, and then hopefully we can reuse our factory brackets. Okay, we got the factory brackets on here. There may be a little bit of modifications I'm gonna need to do. They have these little nipples that fit into the hole here. There's 4 sets of them, and then they're kind of like not fitting into this hole here. So I'm gonna go put this on the car. Okay, so I got this thing all bolted in there, and So we're gonna have to do some more adjusting here, because with this plate up here, it needs to come forward more. So we'll see if we can still use this factory one or not. May have to use the metric kit. All right, take two. Ended up pulling these back off, sliding this forward a little more. The brackets will go backwards a little more. Got one in the top and the bottom diagonally, both sides. So we'll try to see if this will work now. All right, just want to show you guys. Got the radio mounted in there. This is flush up against. All I have to do is put screws on. Look at that. That fitment is pretty clean. There's no gaps on the side. And clean up some of this fuzzy stuff on here. There you go. Right there, flush mounted. Looks pretty clean. So I'll pull this back off and I'll show you what screws I used. We won't even have to shave off the guide pins. You have enough room in the sides here that you can. What we may do is see if we can get that screw started in the top part right there on both sides. We may shave one of the nipples off just to get an extra screw, but I've got two on each side. So I believe that's pretty adequate. I mean, it's pretty firm in there, so. All right, I found what I was looking for. So I'm gonna clean up all these wires. I like to tape them off, just so that there's no issues down the road with shorting out. So let me do that. All right, just wanted to show. So I ended up using the very rearmost hole on the Atoto bracket, and then it'll be the screw hole like right behind the radio right there on both sides. So you can see my little guide inserts right there, guide pins. They don't quite fit into those holes. You could shave them down and make that more flush. I'm gonna see if I can get a screw into that hole. Alright, we got all this taped up. It's not the prettiest job, but no one's gonna see it, so who cares, right? I left my rear camera and my parking brake wire open because those are gonna get hooked up. I'm gonna probably do the parking brake, the reverse camera, backup camera in another video, and then I'll probably put a switch on my parking brake. So yeah, there's that. What else? That's cleaned up. Then we can go put it in the car. I'm probably gonna run that antenna though real quick. Run that antenna for the 5G on this, or Wi-Fi, whatever it is, and then there's a microphone for like for phone, Bluetooth phone. So let's do that. All right, let me just show you what I'm doing here so far. So I got the microphone. I put it up in this top corner here. Run it down the pillar. Run it down. Pull this weather stripping off and shoved it back behind there. So I'll tie it up and then tie it up and go across that way. All right, so we got all this put back on. So my wire's coming out here. I'm just gonna zip tie it across here and go back into the radio. All right, we got the microphone ran coming out right here. Got it all secured. It's not gonna drop down on our feet or anything. Let's start putting the radio back in. We'll connect that Wi-Fi antenna too. Ready. This is the fun part. This is probably one of the hardest parts of the job, was just unplugging these switches to start switching in the airbag. There's that. This fan just swayed. It was cool back in the day, but 2. Don't forget to plug in this. It's for your hazards and your rev shift. FYI, this is an easier way to kind of do your work, is to pull the boot off. So make sure to put this piece on first, your hazard and your rev shift switch, and then you can start working this piece. It's got these little guide pins go into each little section. Just work around it gingerly here. If you get this on the first try, I'll be impressed. Seems like it's staying pretty well in the little pinholes. So yeah, so that's it, man. We're all ready to go. Next time I'll put in my backup camera, and because you cannot see crap when you're trying to back out in a 370Z. So yeah, hopefully that helps some people. Like I said, I scoured the internet before I did this install to try to find good videos on installing a double DIN touchscreen for a 370Z, and some were good, some were hit and miss, some didn't provide enough information, I feel like. So hopefully I covered that with you in this video. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one when we run that backup camera. Until then, don't just follow the wolves, lead the pack. Later.